It is package day, and I am super excited about this package because this is one of 4, and I have managed to get my hands on quite a few more Prospector rounds, and so I'm very excited to take a look and see what might be in store inside this box of many Prospector rounds. I'm very excited to take a look. So let's get in here and find out what sort of damage we've gotten ourselves into. Really like how these rounds have been compactly packed into these boxes, because I can reuse these boxes for my own purposes. However, I don't necessarily like them for storing rounds because they're not as efficient. I can't actually, they're not perfectly sized for rounds. So I believe, each one of these should have 100 rounds in it. And you'll see when I open one of these, what, space issues are. I mean, these are the boxes that they have, and so that's what they use. But I think once I transport them, I don't really like that extra gap there. I'm a dense stacker, and so I do like to stack dense. Let's take a look. Each one of these should have 25 rounds. Take a look at this, folks. These are in the genuine Engelhard tubes, and so this is something I'm extremely excited about. As I've been picking up Prospector rounds, I've been paying close attention to whether or not they're coming in the original tubes. Most of them do not come in the original tubes, and I noticed that people do actually, I don't know if they pay for them, but I do know that people try to fetch an extra premium for these authentic Engelhard plastic tubes, and so I'm definitely keeping inventory of those and making sure that I keep track of those. And as you know, these Engelhard tubes, they don't actually snugly fit 25. A few of them will pop out, and so that's something I read online here. So this one kind of this one just about falls out, and so there's 3 rounds extra here that would not quite fit into a authentic Engelhard tube. I believe they used to come in tubes of 20, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. However, this tube snugly fits 22 rounds. Okay, so let's take a look here. These are really pristine looking Prospectors, and it boggles my mind every time I run into Prospectors that are in this good condition. Of course, bullion can be cleaned, but there's not even major scratches on these. So this is a 1984, and this is a Silver Eagle reverse, and so follow along with me, guys and gals. Who knows? This is the first year that the Silver Eagle was on the reverse of the Prospector round, so that's what makes this special. Okay, this is a 1984 Eagle. 1984, I assume that Eagle. Okay, this is another 1984 pristine. It's in pristine condition. I'm not going to assume, but for the purposes of this video, I'm assuming that that's all 1984 Eagles. Okay, now let's go on to this next one. I love how each of these are security taped from our boys and girls at Money Metals. This is another authentic Engelhard. Yes, Engelhard. Wow, they're giving me original tubes. And these again are in pristine condition. An Eagle on the reverse. And here's another 1984. Another 1984. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and assume. I see 2, and so I assume, because we've got many tubes to go through. And so I want to make it interesting. I don't want to sit here just going through every single tube. We want to get a nice sample, right? Because some of you out there probably potentially want to start collecting Prospectors as well, and so it's good to be informed, right? We know the mintages are consistent across all of them, 75K per year per design. 1984, there was multiple designs. Let's take a look here. This is not an authentic Engelhard tube, and I realized that because for a second there thought I got shorted because these fit snugly in here, these 25, but then I came to realize this is not an authentic tube. So we got 2 authentic plastic tubes and 1 generic tube here. And so this one here is a little bit of a different one because this is a Silver Eagle, but it's a 1985. So 1985 is also the Silver Eagle on the reverse. That was the 2nd year for Prospector rounds. 1985 Eagle. And let's see, this is a 1985 Eagle as well. So again, I'm gonna assume maybe we got a tube of 1985s there. Let's open up another one. I know the last Prospector video, this is another generic tube, by the way. I didn't quite do a huge sampling, so I'm thinking maybe for this one we could do slightly larger sampling. We got another Eagle on the reverse here, so this is going to be, I can tell you without even looking at it, this is going to be either a 1984, 85, 86, or 87. Let's see what it is. And so this is actually a special one because this is a 1987, and 1987s are allegedly a little harder to get your hands on. And what makes this one special is this is the last year that the Prospector round was ever minted, so you're not really going to find anything past that. And so right here we have another 1987. I'll let you be the judge of that one. That's very exciting. It's very nice to see that there's 1 and 2, because that means perhaps, not for sure, but perhaps there might be some sense of organization on those rounds and on those tubes. So, you know, we'll find out. I'm not going to bore you with the entire sorting. I'm sure that probably wouldn't bore some of you, but you know, I think it would bore a majority of you, and so I won't bore you guys like that. This is another generic tube. This is another authentic Engelhard tube. This is another medallions. This is just a generic tube, and this right here is another generic tube. So 1 of 3. Let's check out this authentic one. Let's take a look inside that. Maybe they left us some goodies. And you know what's very interesting is this says 25 Engelhards just like that. Actually, you know what, because the last box I got was from the same, so never mind what I was going to say. I was going to say, oh, maybe this person who sold all these Prospectors maybe sold them to a couple different places, but these all came from the same place. This is another 1984, but we've got an E logo. And so the 1984 E logos, for whatever reason, I just don't have a lot of those. So I mean, I guess maybe these are a little harder to find. What makes these special is this is the last year that they ever had the E logo on the reverse, and the E logo is actually a little bit more rare than that Silver Eagle logo, right? So the E logo was minted across 3 years, 1982, 1983, and 1984. And in 1984, they had the reverse of the E logo as well as the Silver Eagle. And the Silver Eagle was minted in 1984, 85, 86, and 87, so across 4 years. So you've got 1 extra year of mintage on that Silver Eagle and 1 fewer year of mintage on these E logos. And so that's why I personally love the E logo 1984. So this is another 1984, and it's another E logo. And this is another 1984. And guess what? It's an E logo. So another E logo. I really appreciate it when things are nicely organized, because this will hopefully make my life a lot easier when I'm going through and sorting through all these for my own purposes, because I do love to make full sets, and that's just really something that kind of goes behind the mentality of SBS stacking. Is I love to create sets, and I like to showcase sets, and I like to hold sets, and I like to look at sets. I just love sets. Here's a 1985, and also on the other side there's a 1985. So this might be a whole tube of 1985s. Okay, so I'm going to open up another sample here, because why not? Another 25 Engelhards. Ooh, we got some toning on these ones. That's actually, honestly, a pleasant surprise for me, because I'm used to seeing pristine Prospectors for whatever reason. So this is a 1982. Okay, so these are probably my favorite. I don't know. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the 1982s, because this is the first year the Prospector round was ever minted. So even though, I don't know, you know, people might have a different opinion about what's more rare and stuff like that. In my opinion, they're all equally rare. And so you have to look at what makes each of those years special and each of those reverses special to kind of make a determination of what's your favorite year. One of my favorite years is the 1982, because that's not only has the E logo, which is a little bit more rare, it was also the first year that, you know, the coin was minted, and so that makes it really special. When you look at 1986 Eagles, not Silver Eagles, American Eagles, people love those, right? First year American Eagles will probably sell at a huge premium. I don't follow that market, but I bet you that's the case. So I love the 1982s personally. This is probably one of the most interesting Prospector rounds that I've picked up, because this came out of the Monster Box. But look at that toning. This thing is dark. I hope you can see that on the light. It's just a, you know, now I understand the beauty of toning, because this is absolutely gorgeous. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a nice thumbnail of this coin right here, because this round right here, because the reverse is beautiful silver, and this is ultra toned, and it's just beautiful. So anyways, I think I'm gonna end on this note, because I've got a nice set of, you know, toned on both sides Eagles, and you know, this is just what it's all about, digging for stuff like this. So I hope you enjoyed this one.